Hello everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Donna. Today we are making up some creamy rice pudding. Everything you need for this will be in the description box, the measurements. It's delicious, it's comforting, but let's get started. Let's jump in here. Here in my pot I have my water. I'm going to be adding in a few cinnamon sticks. Medium small, a few of those, and I'm going to be adding in my salt. Let's see here. Get my salt here, spilling it all over the place. Some salt, and you don't need to bring it to a boil. Just go ahead and add your rice. Well, your water doesn't need to be boiling right now. Just get that in there. I do have it turned on high. What I'm going to do is bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, we're going to simmer it. I don't cover it. And just let it do its thing. Stir it maybe every 5 minutes. Make sure nothing's sticking. You want to do this in a non-stick or a heavy bottom pan. We don't want our rice sticking. So I'm going to bring this to a boil, and we'll get it turned down to a very low simmer. Okay, as you can see here, mine's just barely bubbling. It's more towards the low setting. And just let it cook till it's tender, and all that water is just about evaporated. You want a little bit left on there, but not a whole lot. Not a whole lot at all. I just say that because with the water there, it helps prevent it from sticking and burning. Don't want to ruin the rice. So it'll just have a little bit of water left on it. And if you find your rice is tender enough, you can just drain the rest of the water off of it. I don't like water in mine, but a little bit's good. A little bit more to cook, adding more water helps prevent that from sticking. But if you have a little bit of water, it's not going to hurt anything, but we're going to let that cook probably a good 15 minutes, just until that water is evaporated. Okay, friends. As you can see here, there's just a little bit of water, which is really nothing. Okay? All right. Now, people make this different. We grew up, okay, normally it's made with a whole lot of whole milk, white milk. But at our time, it's either, okay, are we going to use up all this milk or substitute it with evaporated? So, being 8 girls and then mom and dad, that was a whole lot of milk to try to make rice pudding. So it was always done with evaporated milk. And then maybe a couple of cups of the regular milk. But since then, years back, I discovered it's delicious. And a lot of people will call this Arroz con Leche, which is made with sweetened condensed milk and evaporated milk. And it really is delicious. But I also like it with coconut milk. It lends a beautiful flavor. It really is delicious, and I wouldn't skip it. It is delicious. Some people make it with eggs. Some people make it in the oven. Start it on the stove, put it in the oven. All milk, so, all evaporated. It just depends on how you like it. This is how I like it, and I wanted to share it with y'all. So my rice is done. Now I'm going to add in 1 can of the sweetened condensed milk. If y'all can see that there, the sweetened condensed milk. This is your sweetener, and if you like it a little bit more sweet after it's done, by all means, you can add a little bit more sugar instead of opening up another can of this and wasting it, unless you want to blow your mind sweet. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in my can of evaporated milk. We're going in with 1 can of the evaporated milk. Lots of flavor with that milk instead of just regular whole fat milk. And then I have my unsweetened coconut milk here. Let me get this shooken up real quick. I forgot to shake it. Okay. Yeah, that stuff was settled on the top pretty thick. Unsweetened coconut milk. That right there lends so much flavor. So much flavor. Now, same thing. You're going to bring it up to a slight boil. Turn it down to a medium boil, medium low. And you're not going to forget about it at this step, because the sugar's in there. You don't want anything sticking. So once that comes to that boil, and I'll simmer it to a medium-low boil, I'm going to make sure I stir this at least every 2 to 3 minutes. And this will probably take between 15 to 20 minutes to get this to the consistency we like. You may like yours thicker. If you do, keep cooking. If you see that it's, okay, this is thin enough. Because remember, as this sits, it thickens. So you want to leave it somewhat thin if you want it real creamy. Because if you cook it till it's like really, really thick, and you wait till later on and eat it, it's going to be like really thick. So we cook it a little bit to where it's still a little bit thin. Let it sit up for at least a half hour. Turn it off and tear it up. This is some good stuff. Especially with this cold weather. This cold weather, cuddle up on the couch, watch a good movie. This is comfort dessert that we grew up on. And I really hope you guys try this. But bring it to the boil. Turn it down, medium low. Stir it every 2 to 3 minutes. It could take anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, this has been cooking for 10 minutes. I'm stirring mine every 2 minutes. That's crucial. Keep stirring. You don't want it to stick, okay? Now, this is optional. I'm putting some raisins in here. You can remove your cinnamon sticks now. It's not done. Or remove them at the end. The longer you keep them in, the more intensified that cinnamon flavor, works its way through there. And if you don't have cinnamon sticks, by all means, you could put maybe a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, ground cinnamon in it. And we'll let that keep cooking. See there how it's getting thick? This stuff is delicious, y'all. And if you've never tried rice pudding, it really is delicious. A lot like it cold, a lot like it hot. We like it hot here, warm. Eat it warm. But you can definitely refrigerate your leftovers. Add a little bit more, even regular milk if you want to thin it out some, because it does tighten up. Stick it in the microwave and rewarm it. It never goes to waste. So we're going to finish letting this thicken, and we'll get some vanilla, and I like butter in mine. So that's where we're at. Okay. As you can see there, it's become fairly thick, and this is where you're going to turn it off. Mine cooked 20 minutes. It just depends. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. And the more you stir, the more creamier this is going to be. But this is going to tighten up some. Okay, let's get our vanilla and our butter in there. Whoa, I almost spilt my vanilla. And I'm going to get a teaspoon of vanilla in here. Okay. Get that stirred in. And we'll just, you can eat it now. But I like to let it set a little bit longer as that rice just keeps absorbing that moisture, the liquids there. Get that butter stirred in. And then you'll see once I present it, it's going to be a lot thicker, because we know how rice just thickens up the starch. I'm using long grain rice. You can definitely go, if you want like a really creamier rice, arborio rice is the way to go because it's a shorter grain, releases more starch. But I always have long grain rice, so that's what I use. So I'm going to let this set probably 15-20 minutes and get it bowled up. Okay, my friends, there is the creamy warm rice pudding. And I hope you all give it a try. I had mixed up me a little bit of cinnamon sugar. I like to put some on top. I'm not eating the whole bowl. I didn't have a smaller bowl or a little one, but it would look kind of funny, so I just filled that bowl up. And I put a few cinnamon sticks there just for presentation. And we're gonna try. Get there, y'all, how creamy that is. Oh, this is, oh God, I love this stuff. I tell you what, I said I ain't gonna eat that whole bowl. I may have just lied to my own self. Oh, that is good. And of course, there's always extra milk, coconut milk. Use it for your coffee or whatever. But what we do is save it. I put it in a container, put it in the fridge. Or if you want, you can take a little bit of it and just put it right over that warm rice pudding. But there it is, y'all. I hope you enjoy. Like I said, everything you need for this will be in the description box. I won't stick my spoon back in there much as I want. Oh my goodness, that's delicious, y'all. But until next time, you guys take care. Love one another. Take care of one another. And you guys stay blessed. Making up some of that warm rice pudding. It's delicious. And most of the ingredients that we're using is pantry staples. We normally have it on hand. Maybe not the coconut milk, unsweetened. But if you're going grocery shopping, put you a can of that in your cart. You'd be glad you did. I love y'all. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.